Now, with that being said, would you would you have people build a statue in your honor?
Mm, me personally,
Yeah, you personally.
it's not really my style.
Me, I wouldn't either. And me, I'm like it's cool. I'm glad I got a statue. But one of my honest reactions was like, yo, why are we glorifying statues? And is that idolatry?
Mm,
Like, like thinking about what they did in biblical times, bro.
mm,
Is this idolatry? Because we're putting this human being in such a stratosphere that we're literally building a statue, kind of worshiping. Because that's kind of the goal of statues. You know what I'm saying? Like you're literally worshiping this figure. And
mm.
again, Kobe deserves honor, but I think there are better ways to honor his legacy than
What's
building a
that?
statue. And I'm thinking about the same thing with all the other greats. Do we as a society put too much emphasis on statues? You know, that it's just a question.
Hmm.
And just a question. And again, like I said before, shout out to Kobe. Well deserved. Uh, and all the people that have statues. That means they've done something of significance, but at the same time, we're trying to tear down some statues too that we made. You know what I'm saying? Because what they represent.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Mm.
should we as society still be upholding statues in such a high regard?
That's a good
And
question, man.
yeah, as a society, I mean, I'm a Christian. I no. Just me personally and my personal beliefs, no. But as a society, is this should we do that? And considering the fact that we as a society are literally tearing down statues that were once made before, and the high honor of someone that during that time was high accomplishing to society at that point. Society is going to always constantly change. And as society changes, ideals change. And statues represent ideals that society holds in high regard. So society changes. Eventually, the statues won't have as a meaning anymore, which brings people to okay, tear it down. We don't care about this no more.
Mm.
Dang,
Mm.
that's deep. I ain't mean to get deep like that on y'all, but it's like again, no hate to Kobe, bro. I do not hate Kobe. Love Kobe. Sad that he's gone. Amazing impact on basketball and the world beyond basketball. I love Kareem's quote. That's true. That's a man who was so committed to his art and his talent, not just in basketball, but after basketball too, bro. He was so committed to what he's doing. His art, top notch, bro. Oscar, all that stuff, bro.
Yep.
Love what Kobe was doing. And I was so looking forward to what he's going to do post basketball career even more.
Yeah.
But God has reached for everything, bro. But
For sure.
so just saying that, bro. Like, should we as society not hold these statues in such high regard? That's just my question. I'm posing to y'all.
No, I think that's a very, very solid point and good question. Because, like you said, society reflects at some point the emotion, the beliefs of the majority. And obviously, we know that, especially here in America, that hasn't always been a very positive, very inspiring thing with slavery and Confederacy. Um, so yeah, I think there's some validity to that point because it reflects on what your society is at that time. It's kind of like historical to have a statue because it tells you a lot about when it was built, what that world was like and what the people may have like thought about. Like you said, biblical times, statues, idols, people fell in the wrong ways, for sure. I think it's just kind of like a double-edged sword, though, when you think about it, because some people, I think the intention behind it is what where the gray area is, because some people intend for it to be an honor, to be a commemoration of achievement, while some people may look at it as this thing that can bind them to a certain feeling or an era, or they just like get tunnel vision, because that's another thing in our society now, is that you get so locked in on something that nothing from the outside can influence you. And I feel like that's not the way to be, because we're constantly evolving as humans, as a people. And if you're like just focused in on that one thing, it limits you from the peripheral. And if you can't really accept that there are things in the peripheral, you're going to not advance as a person. You're not going to evolve. So I think it brings up a good point. I don't think for Kobe's statue that's not for me personally. I can't speak for everyone, but I think that could be an issue if you have a different view of Kobe, or you have a different view of what he represented, or you disagree with some things he did. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think it's very kind of it's kind of hard to say, because who's to say he doesn't deserve a statue? But then who's to say that Robert E. Lee didn't deserve a statue based on that time? You know what I mean? Obviously,
Columbus, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's all like a weird thing with perspective, because people come from different worlds, black and white. There is gray area, but it kind of gets controversial because of, like you said, society as a whole can be something else in this certain century versus now. It's kind of hard to say, man. Dang. But
it's tough. I just put it out there so we can just think about it. You know,
good question, bro.
Just think about it.
That's a bar, bro. That's a bar.
When we get to our next conversation, when we get to our next topic, bro, we'll bring this up a little bit. Like, don't be a clone, bro. You gotta think. Think, bro.
Yes, sir.
You don't want to know what I mean by clone? Stay tuned for our next topic, though, for sure.
Fine.